Good morning, my dear lovely friends. Today, in this very beautiful day, I would like to talk about nature with all of you. Now, as you can see that I am in my garden. And what do you see? Do you see plants? Do you see creepers? Yes, indeed, you do. And nowadays, humans like to humans like to torture nature. Humans like to tear nature in pieces. Do you think it's good? Of course not. You know, our great Buddha said something very important to us. Never torture nature, but never torture the garden of nature. But you should never cut down the garden of nature. But you should always cut down the garden of bad, evil spirits. Those evil emotions that you get. And now, imagine there's a woodcutter. Now, since that woodcutter is there, that woodcutter takes his axe and cuts down the wood. And now, when he cuts down the wood, he makes paper. But do you think it's really nice to cut down wood like that? Imagine a world with no trees, no creepers, no plants, no flowers. How do you think you could ever breathe? Because without plants, we have no air. If you want to die, you can cut down plants. See, some people say it's just a little bit and they cut down. But they don't know what little bit is. They have no control of themselves by cutting nature. And imagine, just imagine that you see a nice flower pot. And then you see a very nice flower pot with a very beautiful pink flower in it. Pink flower. And imagine in your country, those types of flowers are very rare. What do? Do you take the flower and smash it in the ground and trampling it? No. You know, you should not do that to flowers. You should not trample and throw away flowers. But you should trample and throw away those bad evil emotions and those ugly thoughts you get. Can you see how beautiful it is out in the nature? It's so quiet, beautiful, and dreamy in the nature. Nothing could ever go wrong while you're with trees and creepers. Now imagine you're in the streets, and then there's a very beautiful tree, and the tree has been hit by an axe, and now the tree is on the floor. Do you do the same thing to another tree, copying what the woodcutter has done? Of course not. See, cutting plants and ruining nature should not go to your hobby. It is just like cutting happiness from the world. Imagine, here's a leaf. Now, I cut that leaf in two. Do you know what you're doing? You're cutting happiness, not only our life. You're cutting our life and our happiness. In countries like Singapore, there's almost no nature to be found. Almost no nature. It's so filled with buildings, structures and beautiful monasteries that you cannot even see nature. And now compare Singapore with Sri Lanka. Can you see how beautiful our country is? You should never stop respecting Sri Lanka and try to cut down all the trees. I'm not saying Singapore is a bad country at all. And I'm not saying Sri Lanka is a bad country at all as well. See, in Sri Lanka, even if electricity, gas, every electrical unnatural thing stops, Sri Lanka will still be able to survive. You know how? Because we are used to surviving. That's why Sri Lanka is called a literal heaven. A literal heaven actually. See now, even in a very rainy day, you take some seeds and then you throw it into the ground. Although you don't dig and make a hole, still a tree grows. Because this is a heaven, it's not a hell. Nature is beautiful the way it is. Thank you, my dear lovely friends. Now, before you go, please, I would like to say, may you all please subscribe, give me a like and share. And if you want, you can leave a comment down below and I will follow that comment. Indeed, my dear lovely friends, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.